I won't. But there was a time in the last 6 months that Chris boarded a plane with Hulk and Kevin Nash. I didn't happen to be there, but it was a 5-hour flight, and Chris.
Yeah.
And Chris,
I'll tell the story.
And
I'll
Chris,
tell it. I don't mind.
And Chris, who can drink vodka, said, "Let's do it." So, Chris, tell the story. It's great.
Yeah, it's great because once again, you when you're a younger guy, you have a lot of anger and piss and vinegar, and then you grow up a bit and kind of mellow out. So we were in Portland for Raw, and we were flying back home, and I was on a red eye with.
It was after Australia.
Yes, exactly. After Australia, so you're already half wigged out from jet lag as it is. And I ended up sitting next to Kevin Nash. And I know Kevin, but never really had a chance to just sit down and shoot the breeze with dudes, And we had a great time. And I was like, let's have some drinks. And so we started drinking. And he's like, what are you drinking? I said, I'm drinking vodka on the rocks, which is what I
he just drinks straight vodka on the rocks, man. I mean, I like vodka, and no one can say I haven't drank a lot of it. But I can't drink it on the rocks. I got to have something sweet with it. But Chris is on this diet, so the abs are always immaculate.
Yeah, alcoholic drink,
Don't tell me you're doing Diamond Dallas Page aerobics. I'm not going to buy that.
Yoga. Diamond Dallas Page aerobics.
Are you doing DDP yoga? Don't tell me that.
Oh, I have been for about 4 years. Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
Oh God, I just can now. Yeah. This is going to eliminate you from Hall of Fame contention sooner or later.
I'll tell you what, man. I sure felt like a mark when you do it because he's got some poses that are named after do the DDP bang pose and do the Hulk up. And I felt like the biggest mark. I was like, if Chris and Eddie saw me doing this now, they'd be laughing their heads off.
Oh God!
But it works.
Yeah. Well, I'm announcing right now on Woo Nation that you are a follower of DDP aerobics or yoga. Excuse me. So tell the story.
We're on the plane, and we're having a great conversation. And Hulk gets involved, and me and Hulk and Nash, and we're up in the first class, the galley area, and they're telling us to sit down, and you guys can't be doing this. You're keeping these guys awake. And the one line was the stewardess goes, "Mr. Jones in 3C has a multi-million-dollar meeting tomorrow," and I think it was Hulk. So if he's got a multi-million-dollar meeting tomorrow, why didn't he take a private jet? Why is he sitting up front with all us idiots? So we're just drinking and hanging out. And then I sit down, and I don't know what happened, after all of this traveling. And in Australia, we were having some cocktails as well. So I had to throw up. And I was like, but I didn't even know. Some of those were just escapes. And I threw up, on myself. So I was like, wow, I just threw up on myself. I can't believe it. So I got some napkins from the stewardess, and I wiped the stuff up. I'm like, okay, this is good. I don't notice it. It's all gone. Fine. So we finished the flight, catch a couple hours of sleep. I get up, I walk through the airport. Kevin goes his way, and now it's me and Hulk and Johnny Ace. And we're walking through the airport, and we're hanging out and having some breakfast. And then go on to the next flight. And I sit down on the next flight, and I smell something weird. And it smells like puke. I'm like, man, that's pretty strong. I look over, and I still got puke all over my right side. Like I thought I had wiped it all up, but I didn't even barely touch it. It's everywhere. And I look over at Hulk. I'm like, did you notice this? He's like, brother, he's been sticking up the joint for the last hour. I'm like, why didn't you tell me this? Guys, we thought it was funny. I'm like, walking through the airport covered in my own puke. 6-time world champion Chris